What are your thoughts on open marriage, open relationship? If you can make it work, then good for you, but I would never want anything to do with it. And I believe that a large part of the time it doesn't end well. It takes the right two personalities. I've seen numerous couples try it, and most made things worse. The trust level needs to be through the roof in order for it to work. I knew a guy that was sleeping with a girl in an open marriage. He developed feelings for her, so he had to cut it off. Personally, as much as I think two people can have casual sex, in the majority of cases one of the people has more feelings than they're letting on. Whatever makes you happy. I've never seen such a setup work though. Then again, I've rarely seen a marriage work either with just two people in it. Maybe never, too, won't work for the vast majority of people. Someone is going to get jealous or feel like they're getting the short end of the relationship. No. If you want to be with me, you're with me. And I'm with you. You want to be with others, you aren't going to be with me. I don't share. I don't have a problem with it, but I just don't get it. Why get married if you still want to sleep around? If I wanted to keep sleeping around, I wouldn't have gotten married. Personally, I don't really understand them. I'm still in love with my partner of 18 years and don't want to sleep with anyone else. Seems like you're not in the right relationship if you want to see other people. But that's just my opinion. I personally don't think that I could share my lover with another person. But as long as the both partners are okay with it, that's nobody's business. I would never. I don't see them working because there is always someone in the relationship that cares more. I will be that person. I can't share, so I would not expect my partner to share me. It could work though, but boundaries need to be clear. For example, I would never let my partner spend the night at another guy's house even if we were open. It's difficult. It can work, but you have to have amazing communication with your partner. As members of the swinger lifestyle, I can't even tell you the amount of couples we've seen who think they have amazing communication but actually don't and end up returning to monogamy, or divorced. Not something I could do. I almost feel like this is for people who can do sexual encounters without feelings attached or eventually getting feelings. Honestly, if it would make my wife happy, I'd be open to whatever, but she's really more into me not having crippling ADHD. I think she would find it very sexy if I could remember to book the kids' dentist appointments. Works for me. Works for my partner. Both of us are attractive and get the same amount of side action. Both are happy. Have been in a longer term relationship this way than literally all our monog friends in our own past monog relationships. Judging from the comments, it seems like this is unbelievable, but some people just don't take sex that seriously. I categorize open relationships marriages with solar powered flashlights, nutritious fast food, and hot water heaters. My wife and I talked about it, and you know what? The biggest issues were time and effort. We love and trust each other, and yet between kids and jobs and life, we barely have time for our own relationship, let alone other relationships. I think as long as everyone is on board with it and honest, sure. I'm gay. So, it's way more common here in the community than in the straight world. I've been married 14 years and open for 10 of them. It takes a lot of open communication to work. I think after year 4 most issues were gone. I personally like it because I get step away from being a mom and wife. I just get to be me. It's very freeing. Like everything, it is a mutual arrangement that each party must respect. If there is doubt on either side, that imbalance will eventually erode the relationship. As someone who was previously in multiple ethically non-monogamous relationships for over 15 years, I wouldn't do it ever again. I have found a partner who makes me want to be only with them. I'm not saying that monogamy is an eventuality for everybody, but from my own personal experience, non-monogamy was a stop on the bus route, and was not my destination. I love my wife deeply. Why would I be okay with her getting dicked by other guys? Just something I can't get my head around. Depends on the people. I've seen it work well, even saw it save a marriage somehow, and I've seen it go very poorly. Last gasp of something that was destined to fail anyway probably. As many others have mentioned, it's not for me, but if other people want to do it, and it's all above board, then all the power to them. So far so good. Takes work, lots of communication and self-awareness. It's not for everyone, or for every couple. But neither is monogamy. It's not for everyone, just like monogamy isn't. And it's a lot of work, just like any healthy relationship is. It's like having a friend with benefits. The truth is that I don't see the point in going to a monogamous marriage and then offering that proposal. It's contradictory. It can work, but only if you have the utmost trust in your partner and you maintain clear, open, and honest communication. It doesn't get into my head. You can say whatever you want, If I love a person, I would never be able to live knowing that she's fucking somebody else. There are two kinds of people in open relationships. The one whose idea it was, and the one who cries themselves to sleep. Works for some, not others. I am the monogamous side of a polyamorous marriage. My spouse has other partners, she is my only partner. I'm not limited, I can go find someone else if I want to. I don't care to. This arrangement works for us. Disgusting and immoral. What's the point of pretending to be in a relationship if you're just boning whoever you want? Polygamous relationships are a real thing that may or may not work out, you know, kind of like monogamous ones. I think you'd both have to be dedicated hedonists who seek physical pleasure but love each other exclusively. Polyamory is something I have yet to see in reality. So long as it's something both parties talk about before ever getting married and not a forced thing, then I think it's cool if that's your thing. But a partner shouldn't be forced into BC one of them becomes unhappy bored. It is not for me, really. But I know people in open relationships, and I don't judge. People can arrange their relationship as they see fit, as long as all involved agree on the terms. It's not for me personally, but other people's relationships aren't my business, so I don't care and don't see why I would. Not for me, but I don't care if anyone else does it as long as it is all above board and no one is being coerced. Do as you wish. However, not ever something I'd consent to personally. If a partner was pushy about this, it would be a relationship ender for me. That's a hard no for me. My man is just that my man. I have never been good at sharing, so, woman shrugging. I think it's a great idea. My wife disagrees. So that's that. Open and shut case. These are the thoughts. Never say never, but every person or couple I knew who were in open relationships or were swingers eventually had their relationships end horribly. I guess it's one of those things where everything is all well and good until, suddenly, it's not. Seems very high risk, but if sexual libidos are terribly misaligned, I can see why people seek out this arrangement. Using porn alt because I don't want to risk anything. So, for me, it's cool to have fantasies about it, especially and it's only open from one side, aka cuckolding. But churro, it's a no-go. I don't want anybody else besides me touching my partner in any way. And to be fair to the other side, nobody besides myself can touch me in any way. As long as you've both discussed it beforehand, and you're not just doing it to openly cheat, then it's chill. As a monogamous lesbian, I'm tired of polyamory. Dating apps are 90 couples or partnered women wanting to have a girlfriend, threesome, FWB, etc. In person, 3-4 people that I meet at the gay bar or pride events are poly and there to find another woman to add to their relationship. It just sucks to be one and only as a side dish or fun little garnish to someone's marriage or relationship. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. More power to you if you want that, but I've been with people who thought the relationship was open for them cheated. Yeah, no. Can you point out one happy and fulfilled multi-year open marriage where all parties feel that way? If you want to mess around, just do that. Majority of them are unhealthy, and one partner ends up unhappy. Around 80 of people in open marriages have some kind of resentment or jealousy for their partner. I'd for sure, but I would think at least one of them is secretly jealous, upset, uncomfortable, etc. Can be awkward. Emo. Knew plenty of friends that have tried it and they aren't with their ex-partners anymore. But some people make it work, so hey, do whatever is comfortable in your sex life. Almost exclusively one-sided from what I've seen. The theory was great, but the actual execution, not so much. I have yet to meet someone who legitimately has made it work. Personally, it's an absolute no for me. But you do you. Every single one I've seen has ended badly. The structure of a traditional romantic relationship generally doesn't lend itself well to sleeping around. I don't get how it's a relationship if it's open, like why even bother having that one person to go back to when you want to go around spending naked time with random others. To me it just screams I'm too scared to be committed to one person and always want to have options around to run to. Strongly against it. What's the point to be married or in a relationship in which you date other people and sleep around? Just stay single then. Less of a headache. It just seems like a shitty way to pretend you can commit, while not wanting to give up on having sex with lots of other people. Not riding the horse, but not walking on foot either, as we say in my country. It's weird. Anytime I hear of an open relationship I automatically assume they're mentally ill. I don't know how someone could date and marry someone and be okay with basically cheating. Why not just be FWBs, because that's basically what they are. Terrible and basically never work. And if it does work, it's usually two people who really don't love each other. I think it's stupid because it makes you or your partner no longer yourself. It demotes you from being special. I think it's stupid to be in a relationship if you're just gonna fuck around and have different relationships at the same time. I really can't change my mind about this, but there must be a lack of love if you want to have sex and date other people besides your so-called girl boyfriend. To me, it's just cheating with extra steps. If you can make work, more power to you. I feel like someone is going to be second fiddle and pushed out of the relationship. It's a joke. As simple as that. It's meant only for deluded couples who are too horny and degenerate to stick the person they claim to love. If you openly communicate doing it prior to engaging in the relationship and both parties consent to it with an understanding of clear boundaries, then I think it can be a wonderful thing. I don't know of any situation where it genuinely worked out for the people involved. It led to breakups or just cheating. It is foolish, has a foundation based on dysfunction, and only works when one person in the relationship has no self-respect and allows themselves to be walked all over. One side will always take advantage of their partner for stability while living a single life outside of the relationship. In every open relationship there is a person who suggested it and the one who cries themselves to sleep every night. Absolute degenerate behavior. Fantasy lifestyle that never works in the long term. Mostly people who are desperate or have major mental health problems that they continually ignore, and so they use others as a mental dumping ground. It has never worked and never will. Anybody that says otherwise is lying or doesn't know what they're talking about. I'll say the unpopular opinion. If you're married and plan on doing it, then it's just full out cringe. It depends on the person who is my wife. If I think they are capable of handling this, then yes, I will do it.